Howdy. So I am going to be doing this YouTube thing now because I have things that I want to get out, and I've been working with the minute and a half thing on Instagram, which has been really good for my ability to. Well, I've been exercising brevity, which is something that I'm not great at as a person with ADHD and autism. So I'm ready to do something a little bit more longer form. I want to talk about some things with people, and this is also going to be at some point there's going to be music here and interviews and maybe even a podcast with a friend of mine. So anyway, this is just me kind of just doing this so I fucking do it, because if I don't fucking do it, I won't fucking do it. ADHD. That's my cat, Miss Betty Harris. She's verbal because when I got her, I was going through a divorce and I was in a lot of agony. I was talking to myself a lot because it's part of what I do. It's part of how I process. I'm a musician, so I need to hear things. As much as I don't love the sound of my own voice, I really need it sometimes to work out things when my emotions are high. And so she was a kitten when I got her, and now she's super verbal. And anytime I talk, she thinks I'm talking to her. And you'll see her at some point. The shot, this is all new. It's very strange. Anyway, so I'm going to put away some dishes. I was telling Betty. And I'm going to talk to you about misery and suffering because I started to do a video on the Instagram about it, and I wasn't satisfied. And this is something that I've actually a conversation I've been having a lot lately, but a conclusion that I've come to on my own over the years that's kind of helped me out. It's kind of what I believe, and the funny thing about beliefs is, you know, they're simply beliefs. They're things you can't prove. I don't believe in a lot of things. I either know shit or I don't. 9 times out of 10, I'm an atheist. Though some people would call me spiritual, I would disagree. It's not to say that I don't believe in something larger than us. I just don't know what the fuck it is. Call me a mystical agnostic, if you will, or if you fucking won't. I don't know. Call me Joshua. That's my name. If you feel the need to label my beliefs, you're gonna have a hell of a hard time. I mean, a lot of shit that I pull from things that have helped me, Buddhism, psychology, neurology, human behavior. I steer clear these days of anything even vaguely mystical or woo-woo. It's too easy to get lost in all the fluff, man. And life is all happening right here in front of us, and this is where we should be. So for me, because of the person I know I am, there were points in my life where I would get caught up in stuff, caught up in fantastical thinking that would basically put me in the position not to be accountable for shit that I could take control over. So I avoid that. Now that's mine, and I'm not here to tell anybody how to operate with their beliefs at all. If it works for you, awesome. You don't need to convince me. And I'm a 52-year-old man who thinks through everything, like to levels that are uncomfortable even for me. I can't help it. It's this brain of mine. So don't try and convince me, and don't try and turn me. It's not going to happen. Trust me. And if you get to know me, if you spend some time with me, either here or in real life, you'll kind of understand why that is. It's not that I'm stubborn. I'm well open. But I've worked really hard for what I do have, do understand, and the place I am now with my life, and I'm really fucking happy with it. And it works for me, so I don't need anything new. But I'm gonna share what's worked for me, not with no intention other than to say, hey, like here's a peek at my map. Maybe something on my map resonates for you. Maybe you could crib my notes. I'm cool with that. I don't have any fucking answers for you. I'm not here to lead anybody or save anybody or be a counselor to anybody. But I'm totally down to be your friend. So if that seems cool, fucking reach out. I am pretty open. Boundaries, though. I am all about healthy boundaries. We'll get to that at some point. Okay. Back now that I've done this sort of manic, half-assed, and I'm not using the term manic in the sense of a psychological construct, I'm just saying I am a little hype. This is half-assed intro. It's fine, whatever. This is me, and I'm gonna be this, unmasked as much as I can be. Misery and suffering. Please, Joshua, tell us what the fuck the difference is to you. Okay. Back to the original statement. I have this, I don't have it on me. I have a pill box that I carry my Adderall in. Yes, I have ADHD and the TISM. And on it is a picture of Buddha. It's the only thing that my ex-wife gave me that I kept, frankly. It's a picture of Buddha, and it says, pain is inevitable, misery is a choice, or suffering is a choice. And, yes, but I'm a Westerner who's been reading and studying on his own, not through a Sangha or a guru or a monk, Buddhism for many, many years. I do not consider myself a Buddhist because I haven't gone through the ritual of God, I'm losing the word. But you basically sit down and sort of pledge allegiance to the Sangha, and you take refuge, right? That's what it's called. Anyway, I haven't done all that, and I think that's all beautiful. It's just not something I require for me. I like Buddhism is actually what introduced me to the concept of the autonomic nervous system, because for me it was about, I initially was interested in Tibetan Buddhism, but again, I got really sort of distracted by all the metaphysical, flowery, mythical shit. And then in my 30s, I got hip to Soto Zen Buddhism, or bare bones Buddhism, vis-a-vis Brad Warner, great fucking Buddhist writer. Highly recommend his book, Hardcore Zen. Sit Down and Shut Up is a personal favorite. He's written several books, and the guy's on point. He keeps it very fucking real. That's all I'm going to say about that. Misery and suffering. Okay, here's the difference for me. I say that suffering is inevitable and misery is absolutely a choice. And here's how I make the distinction. Again, these are words. And if somebody has a difference of opinion on this, man, I am absolutely open to hearing your take. Just, be respectful. You don't have to take me apart to prove a point. Just make your point. Okay, cool. Life is full of suffering. It is inevitable and unavoidable. We die for no reason. We are born for no reason. All of these things, no inherent reason, none. We can decide that there are reasons. We can choose a ready-made faith path or a ready-made philosophical path that can hand you the reasons, but ultimately, all of that shit is belief or faith. You cannot prove it, but you accept it as true. Which is one of the most amazing cognitive distortions that human beings live with day in, day out. But it's a useful cognitive distortion. And that's why I believe we have evolved to have that. It helps us survive. Those of us who sort of live outside of the construct and are able to pull back and see all the cultural constructs, our lives are not actually easier. That's why a lot of us are fucking crybabies, quite frankly, because we envy those of you who don't pay attention. You don't seem to care. And the world is honestly designed for folks who don't pay attention, who just go with the flow. They go along to get along. Well, that's what everybody else is doing. I guess I'll do that. And then there are folks like me, neurodivergent folks, artists, sensitives, creatives, whatever the fuck you want to call us, who are like the shaman. We stand outside the structure of culture and tell you the truth. And you love it when it's art, and you hate it when it's cold facts. being an earnest truth teller is a challenging thing to be. Okay. Life is suffering. There is no way to avoid it. We are born crying for help, looking for sustenance and help. The first thing every being does when it is born is it fucking wails, help me. Okay? First things. That's suffering. It's terrifying, right? It's fucking terrifying. Why am I? What the fuck? Suddenly I'm here. I crave a nipple. Like, what the fuck is going, And then bad shit happens. No matter how much your parents protect you, or maybe you have parents who don't protect you at all. Like, just all these things. The world is set up in a fucked up way. Like, society is backwards. And people die and get sick for no fucking reason. There's no way to explain it. That is horrible, and it's a huge part of life. These things, they happen. It is unavoidable. Misery. Now, why I make this distinction? The Buddhists say, the Buddhists, as if it was one block of beings or people, but in general, there's this held belief that the way to end one's suffering is to let go of relinquished desire. Well, look, I am a cisgender, heterosexual American male. I got desire. I got all kinds of desire. I got wants. I got things I want. I want them. I want them real bad. Okay, that's fine. It's also human to want, and this is the world we've created. Wanting, desiring isn't the problem. The problem is desiring and becoming obsessed with the outcome. Okay, hold on, hold with me. I know I'm a little all over the place. I'm trying to rein it in. We're already at 12 minutes. Not that matters. I say that the problem that misery comes from the inability to accept that life is full of unavoidable suffering. If you cannot accept, I'm going to get a little closer so you know I'm serious. If you cannot accept the fact that you are going to suffer because all human beings suffer, you will be fucking miserable. Let me repeat this. You are going to suffer because you are a human being living in an inhospitable environment with other human beings who are also living in that same inhospitable environment, and we are all a lot less intelligent and a lot less complex than we like to believe we are. So we bitch and we get attached to ideas because for some reason we think those ideas are going to make us feel better. But what they do is keep us from avoiding the facts as they stand. Life is challenging. Hard shit happens. Get comfortable with discomfort. Make discomfort your friend. Lean into that. If you build the tolerance for discomfort, you can accomplish anything. It's true. And I'll be talking about that more down the road, discomfort, and how that butts up against discipline and resolve. These are all things that I've been thinking a lot about, especially lately. I got some new information on the whole resolve thing, which is really fucking juicy and amazing to me. And just today I had these new realizations about like my life and how discipline functions, and I'm fucking stoked because it's one of the reasons I'm doing the video. It's like I've actually cleaned half of my apartment and I'm about to quit smoking again, and I'm not worried about it. I'm actually fucking excited because I'm understanding this shit now in a way that I haven't before, and I love. I'm learning to love myself in a way that in a true way, like take better care of my body because it is part of me. It's taken me a lot of years. I'm 52. It's taken me a long time to get here, y'all. Anyway, suffering is going to happen. Misery is a choice. If you do not accept that suffering is inevitable, you will ultimately also be miserable. That's just my take. Thus far, this keeps getting proven to me over and over again. It works for me. If it resonates with you, fucking awesome. If it brings up thoughts, feelings, whatever you want to share them, go for it. All I ask is that, like, don't try to convert me to whatever your thing is, because I'm not trying to do that to you. I'm not telling you you're wrong, so don't tell me I'm wrong, because it works for me and I'm doing well. Like, I just want this to be a free exchange, like, of ideas or whatever. It's just, this is a space to be real. Like, that's all I'm gonna be. I ask you, if you're gonna enter this space with me, be bravely authentic. Be your weird, awkward, vulnerable self, because that is when you're most beautiful. People talk about cringe like it's a problem. I'm taking that back, because I say that when you are awkward, you are most honest and most authentic, and that's what I want from people. That's what I am, a weird, authentic cartoon character of a person, because that's who I really am when I don't mask. I love you. I really do. And like, I'm excited, and thanks for watching. If you did, peace.